7.6 commission and tips. I'm doing it my way, not how the book shows it. You can do it the book way if you want. I'm showing you how I do it. Remember proportions, when a fraction equals a fraction. So make a circle, obey the circle, like I do for commissions and sales stuff. And then when I'm doing tips and cost and total bill, I make a table, obey the table. And anyways, so here we go. So this is skill number 1 on page 293, and number 1. The sales is $850. Your commission's 25%. So it's commission over sales, which is your commissions is your percent when they talk about that, but it's also your earnings is how much you're going to make. But when they say commission, I'm talking about percent. Anyways, you get a 25% commission. So really, you just divide by 4. Divide by 4, divide by 4. Just divide 850 by 4. You made $212.50 would be your earnings or your commission, or they say earnings. Number 2, commission over sales. You sell something for $9,600 at a 12.5% commission. So I did commission over sales, commission over sales, commission over sales. This is, I know that this is 0.125, which is 1/8. Oh, so just divide by 8, divide by 8 would be my fast way. You made $1,200 earnings on, or your commission was $1,200. Number 3, here's your sales and your earnings. They want you to find the commission. So again, commission or earnings over sales. You made $1,275 for selling something worth $8,500. We're trying to find the percent. Well, if I divide by 85, I'm going to get to 100. So divide by 85, and it's 15% was your commission. Number 4, it was $12,500, and you made that $2,000, blah, blah, blah. So again, commission, earnings over sales, and make my circle, obey my circle. I could divide by 125, but I just decided to show the crisscross. And then I divided, and I got 17% commission. Number 5, this time they give you the earnings and the commission. They want you to find the sales. So again, earnings over sales. Here's my earnings, or my commission, which is also known as your commission. And I'm trying to find the sales. It was 9%. So crisscross, divide by 9, I divide by 9. The thing sold for $18,500. That was the sale. And the last one here, your earnings was $322.50 at a 15% commission. So again, commission earnings over sale, $322.50 over I don't know is 15%. Is 15%. Did I mess up there? Oops, I messed up. So I gotta stop here and do this one cold turkey here. So because I thought that was 5%, so I just went times 20 times 20. So now I'm gonna have to do my crisscross. So 15x equals 3,250, and I have to divide both sides by 15. And I guess I'll let you do that. That'll take me a while. It'll be my brother. Oh, here, I'll do it. So 3,200, 32,250 divided by 15. So your sales must have been $2,150. 10% would be that, and 5% would be half of that. So yeah, that makes sense. So your sale was $2,150. So glad I caught my mistake. Kind of hard. Sorry about that. And then your second skill set, this is going to be on tips. So when I'm doing tips, I make a table because your cost plus the tip is your total bill. So you got like 3 things going on here. So I'm just going to keep track of it this way. My total bill was $48.39. My tip was 15%. I know my cost is 100. This is 115. So I just did cost over total bill. So I don't know over that, which is 100 over this. And I crisscrossed and I did my dividing off to the side. I think it's right here. Here's my dividing off to the side. And I rounded to near a cent. So I got my cost, and then I subtracted from that to get my tip. Now you could have went tip over this, but I did this because 100 was easier to mess with. And then I rounded to the nearest nickel. So my tip was that. You could have done it differently. Number 2. So this time your total bill was 132. So again, cost, tip, total bill, 15%. So it's 100 plus 15 is 115%. And again, I just did cost over total bill, and I crisscrossed. And here's my long division over here, and I rounded it to the nearest nickel. So it was $71.50. And if I subtract that, the tip must have been $16. Oh wait, wrong question. 100. It was 100. Yeah, this time I get $114.78, which rounds to $114.80. So anyways, the tip must have been $17.20 was the tip. Number 3 here, your total bill was $64.90 in your tip. So again, cost over tip is my total bill. Here's my total bill, my tip. If I subtract, the cost was $56.92. So I just did tip over total bill. Or I did tip over cost, because I have both those. So this over that equals, I don't know, over 100. And crisscross and divide. And here's my long division for that. And they're rounding to the nearest percent, so I just called it 14%. And so you end up paying 114% of the cost. And the last one here, number 4, your total bill was $87.50. Your tip was 16, so your cost must have been $71.50. So again, I just did tip over cost, and I crisscrossed. And here's my long division. So the tip was about 22%. You tipped at about 22%. So anyway, there's more than one way to do it. But when you got a bunch of stuff going on, I like making a table and obeying the table, and cost plus tip, gives me the total. But then you can use this to make your proportions, make your circle obey your circle once you set it up. So anyways, the whole idea is understand what you're doing. A table is a great way to organize information and see it. If you have to do your work, then make your circle obey your circle to write your proportion and solve it. All right? So anyways, hope that helps.